Ty Burr.
I am Wesley Morris.
And today on Take Two we are talking about It's Kind of a Funny Story.
It's not really, actually. It ain't, actually, you know what? It is a funny story. And
a sad story. That's a funny story,
yes.
too.
Yeah, Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck are what I would say are promising filmmakers who...
They made Half Nelson. They made the Dominican baseball player drama Sugar, which was terrific.
I didn't like it as much as you did.
Well,
which brings me to my point.
Okay.
Which is that I am sort of waiting for the next thing they're going to do to sort of move them into some other area.
Well, then this is not the movie to do that.
This is not the movie.
This is Boden and Fleck deciding they're going to make their version of a Hollywood movie. And it's based on a autobiographical novel by a young writer named Ned Vizzini about his experience, based on his experiences in the psychiatric ward of a New York hospital when he was a teenager. And it's kind of... it's a disservice to say it's a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest light, but it is kind of Boy Interrupted as a sort of feel-good, adorable comedy.
Yes, he checks himself in. He meets a lot of colorful people, but realizes almost immediately that he wants to leave.
Right.
That he's made a huge mistake, but he can't because he's now convinced the doctors he needs to stay
for a week with Viola Davis as the head doctor saying, "You will stay."
She just can't get away from these parts.
No, she can't.
Don't...
how is it a Hollywood movie? Well, they brought in Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover as sort of the Randall McMurphy character, sort of the big, crazy, fun, but really pained guy that serves as the main character's best friend.
But he's not. I mean, the things I do like about this movie are how they don't hit all those notes straight on. They go sideways around a lot of the cliches. That Zach Galifianakis character is not... He's not as nutso crazy. I mean, he's within his, Zach Galifianakis' own comfort zone.
Right.
And I think that the thing that I'm sort of curious about... I mean, the best moment in the movie is that under pressure sequence where...
Yeah, but you could have...
It's
such a Glee moment.
Yes, but it works. Because what you're actually doing is moving inside these characters' psyches in a way that the movie previously had not done.
Well, it skirts around them. The thing I like about the movie, and the thing I like about their movies in general, is that they have a really democratic view, a warm democratic view of people.
Yes.
And they're always interested in people. I remember in Half Nelson, the most interesting character in that movie was the drug dealer.
Yes. I mean...
And they really humanized him and made you think about what that person was like. And they do that with the characters here, but there are almost so many of them, and they're locked into that kind of sort of wacky mental hospital rut that it's hard for a lot of them to break out.
Yeah, I also just sort of felt like there was something impersonal about this movie. There's something clinical about the movie that I didn't like, and it's not because it's set in a mental hospital. I think there's something about... There's a chill to this film that I didn't... That kind of locked me out of it.
They're not playing to their strengths. They're filmmakers who are personal filmmakers who like to do small stories, and they're dealing with something that's more of a genre piece. And there is a distance, I think, between what they do well and what they're trying to do in this film with very good intentions. And I also think, if you're a teenager, if you're a misunderstood teenager, which is redundant, you'll probably want to see this movie, and you'll probably love this movie. It will probably speak to you. But if you've seen enough, which means more than two, mental hospital movies, you'll probably feel like you've been here before.
And I have, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else these two guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. Next movie, please.
But this one didn't really do it for
me. It almost did it for me. I give them props for trying, but not quite there. But still, like I said, if you're 14 years old, go see this movie. You'll have a great time.
If you're older, it's not bad by any means. Yeah. It's kind of a funny story.
And it is kind of a funny story. I'm Ty Burr.
I'm Wesley Morris.